get a little higher?
Just feel free.
Thank you. Just want to feel a little higher. Just want to get higher. Where do I begin? And I'm not going to be here long. I have been running for office since 2013. I ran for city council. I've been oppressed in that race. I ran for mayor of Houston in 2015 with Sylvester and Ben Hall and all. I've been oppressed in that race. You didn't see me in the debates in the news, but I was running. I was number one on that ticket. My name was first, but I was oppressed as a woman. In the state race, I ran for House of Representative in 2016 to be a lawmaker. I was oppressed in that race. That race was taken from me. I've been to court twice. So I've been oppressed. So I know what oppression looks like. I know what it feels like. Now I'm running for Texas governor. It's because I've been assigned to run for office, for this seat in particular. Why? Because this seat is the executive branch. This seat enforces laws. We have a lot of unconstitutional laws on our books that oppress the people. So when you heard about the police shootings globally, right? And you know what communities it affected. Then you see other public servants stand next to the officers and they do what? They justify the shootings. So who's holding these officers accountable? Other public servants are not holding other public servants accountable. But we the people put public servants in office. We the taxpayers pay for their living wages. We pay for their just basic living. We pay for their vacations. We pay for their dinners. We pay for their student, the kids' college. We pay for everything for them to just to sit on the sideline and watch our rights been taken and stripped away. Rights to be violated today is like an investment now to a lot of these public servants. But you know God is a just God. God do not like oppressions. He don't like the oppressors. So now God is shaking up. He's shaking up some things. And he will take people like me and take people like you from each corner of the earth to run for such an office like this. At such a time like this. This is a crucial time now to be obedient to what thus said the Lord. It has to take somebody to be bold like Jeremiah to run for office at such a time like this. Now, I didn't want to run. I fought with God. No, not that. They're going to kill me. They're going to set me up. They're going to jail me. No, I can't do that. I fought and wrestled. But we already know God is a God that do what? He control all. He control all things. He control all destruction. That's in Isaiah. He control all destruction. So why should I be afraid of what man can do to me when God is the one that authorized it to be done? So if I am not obedient to what thus said the Lord, he can take me out. If you read, he took me to Deuteronomy chapter 29 and said, if I do not be obedient, 7 nations are going to rise against me and destroy me. But in Deuteronomy chapter 28, he said, if I be obedient, 7 nations shall rise against me, but flee in 7 different directions. That's right. So I'm here to fight against poverty, oppression, and injustice. But what God wants you to know, study yourself to approve is not just saying study the word of God. Study the laws. Yes. Study everything about your children's future. The laws that we have on the books today is to again oppress the people. So we have to get back to the United States Constitution. Your rights are there. These are your Bill of Rights. These are your sovereign immunities. The power has to come back to you. You have to know where your power lies. It lies in the people. They says 3 branches of government. I'm not going to be here much longer, but I'm going to share with you 4. And let me tell you what the duties are. This is why we are the way we are today in America. So the branches, judicial branch, that's the courts, right? They to do what? Interpret the laws.
Right.
Then you have the legislative branch. These are your lawmakers. That's to do what? They are making the laws. Then you have the executive branch. Those your White House, your state governors, all these officials. That's to do what? Enforce the laws. But then you have the power in the people. All political powers are held in the people and found upon their authority and its benefit for that institution, is what the Constitution says. Our power is to do what? Influence the laws. We don't want to have the ideals in the community. We take it down to the lawmaker and say, hey, this is what we want on the books. And we put them there. If it's too burdensome for the people, you can strike those laws off the books. That means these laws have oppressed you. It's your power to strike them down. That is a law. Did you not know that? The Declaration of Independence says that the government derives its power from the consent of the governed. That means the consent of the people. It's your consent. They can't have power unless you give it to them. So stop being intimidated is what I'm trying to say. Don't be fearful anymore is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to be afraid because these are your rights. And you pay them to actually protect your rights. You do not pay them to take your rights away, your children's rights away. If you allow them to take your rights away as adults, children coming behind you, you will allow that to happen too. So be a legend to your generation. Be a legend to your children. Let them know that mama, daddy, fought for you. I fought for you. Today, the God's people must rise and fight back like never before. Fighting back is standing up for your rights. That is fighting back. So as the Texas governor, as the executive branch, my job will to be hold all public servants accountable to make sure that your constitutional rights are protected. That is our job, to make sure your rights are protected. Even the courthouse, our job is to look at those books, those court records, to make sure they're following constitutional laws. If I see those laws are not constitutional, they will hate me, but I don't care. I will be obedient to what thus said the Lord, and I will hold the judges accountable, lawmakers accountable, because again, as the Texas governor, we enforce constitutional law. Even when those executive orders come down from the White House, do you not know that the state of Texas and every other state is an independent state? Do you not know that we do not have to abide and accept these unconstitutional executive orders? Do you not know that? My job, for the first time I get in the office, number one, if those children down here in Texas at those those detention centers, I will take the key personally myself with the military and unlock that gate because it's constitutional. Why take immigrant rights away? It's not just the Hispanics. Don't think they won't come after all immigrants, including you. And they might get us confused too. Black America. You know they're working on that, right? The 2020 census. They want to challenge our constitutional right. If you were born here in the United States of America, number one, you are a citizen. But they'll try to change that. Now they're going back to denaturalize. They want to take back citizenship that they've already put in place and trying to find some mistakes somewhere. You don't know they're working on that? They want to just take it back. Wow. Because they want to make money. They want to fill these detention centers, these camps. So it's not about, we just looking at the best interest of our children and our country. It's not that. It's about what can I put in my pocket? And y'all figure it out through the courts. Figure it out. By the time y'all figure it out, I done made some money for 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. By the time you figure it out, they don't care. But you have to care. You have to care, and how you care is study your constitutional rights. I will not let that happen here in Texas. My job is to protect all rights of America. If you're a citizen, you are protected in the United States of America. I am Demetria Smith, your next Texas governor.
Wonderful.